She blazed a trail, first as an athlete, then as a coach, and always as a leader. In 1976, Patty Vavra stepped onto the campus of Missouri Southern as the first woman to receive an athletic scholarship at the school. There wasn't a women's track team yet, so she helped build one. That moment wasn't just historic, it was prophetic. Because over the next 4 decades, Vavra would redefine what excellence looks like. Not just in results, but in relationships, culture, and legacy. From 1994 to 2016, she led Missouri Southern's women's cross-country and track and field programs to national prominence. Under her leadership, the Lions captured 9 MIAA team championships and made multiple NCAA Division II championship appearances. Her teams consistently ranked among the region's best. And in 2007-08, they achieved the elusive MIAA Triple Crown, sweeping cross-country, indoor, and outdoor track in a single academic year. But Vavra's greatest victories weren't won in competition. They were lived in service to her athletes, her coaching peers, and the sport she helped shape. Her student athletes earned All-American honors, broke records, and carried her confidence in them far beyond the finish line. Many went on to coach, lead, and inspire others, a ripple effect of her influence. She built a program from the ground up and turned it into a powerhouse. Her story began with a scholarship. It ends with a legacy that shaped generations. And now that legacy is forever enshrined as Patty Vavra takes her rightful place in the Coaches Hall of Fame. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. We were talking this morning about, I have 2 daughters, and we think about, sort of the impact of Title IX now over this, this cadence of, decade after decade after decade. And your story is sort of a reflection of what was occurring during that time, where you just got that opportunity with a scholarship, got an opportunity with a new program. Do you have a sense of kind of how far we've now come with women in sports and in coaching because of all those people before you?
Yes, I think we were very fortunate to, I kind of came in at the beginning of Title IX and got an opportunity to actually get a scholarship to compete. And I think that now when we talk to young ladies, they can't imagine that they wouldn't have that opportunity. So I think over the decades, it's been nice to see that occur.
Yeah. Well, women are going to rule the world. That's my...
I agree.
I agree. Given the opportunity of just, you were the first. So how did that experience of making the best of that opportunity shape you then as you moved into coaching?
It gave me an opportunity to actually see what an athlete goes through, and I think that's important as a coach, to be able to have that, to know that feeling of what it takes to be able to be at your very best. I think it also gave all of us an opportunity to see what we could do. And over time, that meant that those coming behind us could see that as well. And so it was, it was really an opportunity to look in the mirror, but at the same time look forward.
And there were not a lot of coaches like you when you first started coaching. We talk about what the convention here is doing and the investment made and, supporting women who want to be in the profession and starting to see kind of that network and that camaraderie build. How did you build support systems as you were trying to learn how to be the best coach you could be?
Yeah, I think that's true. When I first started coaching, Sallie Beard, who's here tonight, was the person that recruited me. I was lucky enough to know her even prior to being her athlete as a teammate on a softball team. And she recruited me to play basketball, and another school recruited me to run track, and I really thought, I'd really like to do both. And at that point in time, she said, I can't promise you anything, but I'll see about starting a track program. And she had begun every other sport that we had. So stepping forward there, the next year, we had a women's track and field team when we didn't even have a men's. Luckily, we did have a track, even though we didn't have a track team prior to that. But seeing the development over time, then as I went to coach at a high school, I thought everybody coaching now is a man. So it, again, took a little time for the women to be able to compete, participate, and to be able to have the knowledge and the know-how to do that, I think.
Put you on the spot this morning. What did you think made you a good coach?
I hope that it was a balance between an expectation of excellence and at the same time compassion for what those student athletes were going through and just trying to help them reach their goals.
You did that pretty well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Who among the group either assembled or maybe you've thought about wanting to say thank you to as you take this?
Well, without a doubt, our coaching staff at Missouri Southern, 3 of them are here tonight, but Jamie Burnham over here was my assistant for 19 years, and I don't even think of him as an assistant. I think of him as a co-coach. So, I've often said I can't imagine having coached those years without him, and I'm so grateful that I didn't have to. Obviously, Sallie Beard has been my role model probably from the time that I was 14 and she had to drive me to the softball game because I couldn't drive yet. I also have some friends here that were colleagues, and luckily, just a great blessing is to have these 8 former athletes here that came from 8 different states to support me here today with this honor. My sister's also here, so family has been very supportive all along, so it's good to see all of them. Appreciate all of them.
There should be more than one Patty on this stage this year, and we're going to see that evolve over time. This coaching fraternity and sorority will get ever bigger, and more women will be recognized for the great contributions they make to the sport. What's your message to some of the women in this room who will be on this stage? What's your guidance to them?
Again, I think it comes down to what your motive is, and that is always to have the athlete's best interest at heart and to give all of the energy that you can to them. Expect them to be a balance between a great student athlete and at the same time be able to make some lifelong friendships like these young ladies that are here today supporting me.
And that table of student athletes, would you agree? All right, we've got a quorum. Patty, congratulations.